Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 16th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. But let's see what we have coming up for you at this time. Yeah, interesting. It's funny because when I did Aries reading, I said I think that this card is going to come up for a lot of signs. It has. It's come up for about 3 other people, I think, so far. So again, this card represents escaping from a situation, moving forward, being able to see a way out from something. And basically what I said to Aries and every other sign that has had this card is that that there would be, I think that there's a lot of clarity this week. I think so people can just see a way out of some situation. So again, I think our eyes are opening in a better way at this time, and maybe that's why there's so much clarity again, because this card doesn't necessarily represent clarity, but again, that's the word I've been using. That's a word that feels right to me, and I go based off of my feelings. So that's what I would say about this card. I think there's a great deal of clarity that is allowing us to kind of escape from limiting situations at this time. Next, you have the Eight of Spades. Eight of Spades says, don't overdo anything this week. This is kind of like the card of the devil in a lot of ways. Not really, but kind of. And so it says, don't overdo drinking, driving. Definitely don't drink and drive with this card. And, don't overdo eating or working out, anything. Try to do everything in balance this week at this time. It is also just a card of work. Like some card reading systems just say it's a card that represents being busy, having a lot of work to do, needing to do a lot of different things at this time. But again, I would say mostly just don't overdo things. Next, you have the King of Spades, which is you showing up in a very strong position this week as a king. Again, puts you in a position of power and strength at this time. It's also a card of working towards becoming an authority. I would say if you're trying to get a job and you're not getting a job, if you can't get one, this is a card that says, try for something harder. Try to get something that you don't think you're qualified for. King of Spades says, do something that you don't think you can get, and you'll probably get it. So, definitely a card of like pushing yourself a little bit. It's also an amazing card for mentors and anybody you look up to. So, it's a great card for authority figures and, like I said, people that you look up to. Those people could be very helpful this week. They could, lead you to a lot of answers based off of things that you need. When this card comes up, I also say be very careful of police. Again, I said Eight of Spades, King of Spades, definitely no drinking and driving this week. I don't care if it's even one drink. I'd say definitely avoid that. No speeding. Try to avoid, those types of authorities at all costs by, just behaving basically at this time. Like I said, not a bad card. This card does represent justice. It's actually good. I mean, it's a good card for justice for, especially if you're involved in anything legal. But I would say definitely, try to avoid police. Encounters with the police because of anything illegal. Three of Clubs, card of second chances, getting a second chance at something. Again, a couple of signs have had this card as well. So I just feel like you could feel like there's a second chance at this time in some way. Again, with that Seven of Clubs, escaping from something. So you could just feel how things are getting better. Also a very creative card. And I also feel like you will be looking at a situation differently. That's a message that just popped in randomly. So again, I think you've been maybe looking at some sort of situation in some way. And it's like there's some clarity that leads to you looking at it in a different way at this time. Don't really know what that means, but there you go. There's your message. Next, Two of Hearts, love coming in. So this card represents a perfect match, meeting somebody who is a perfect match for you if you're single. If you're not single, this can just represent you matching up perfectly with some sort of event or doing something that makes you really happy as well. Definitely a very good card. If you are invited to any events, if you're invited to speak somewhere or anything like that, this card says do it because there could be a lot of benefits through you doing something that somebody invites you to, whether it's a party or whatever. So definitely do that as well. And finally, Four of Hearts, card of something new entering into your life at this time. A great card for love, committed love as well, so it's a very good card for getting into a relationship that is committed, that leads to some sort of commitments. But it can also represent new jobs or moving for a job as well. So again, if you're looking for a job, this card can say maybe you need to look farther away. Maybe you need to look in some other location or something like that as well. But it's a very good card as well. So it looks like a good week. I would say a lot of love stuff. But again, I feel like it's mostly a week of clarity and kind of finding a way out basically for you. So looks good and enjoy your week.